Today I am going to show you how to build a super simple wither farm for Minecraft. So this is an Enderman based one, and the item list for it will be in the description below, so go definitely check that out right now. And I'll also be showing you another way of getting wither roses, which is not really a farm, but it's a really simple way of getting them, but there's also timestamps to get to the tutorial, so if you just want to go straight to the tutorial, then use the timestamps. But if you're interested in how it works and like how I designed it in a way, then you can carry on watching, because I'm going to explain and go through how it works in a way, and also how I designed it. Okay, so now onto how this machine actually works. So as you can see, there's a wither here, and he's actually trying to hit this chicken over here. Because of the water column, it's not able to, because as you can see, there's soul sand, and that's going to direct the wither skull up and into the enderman. So when it hits the enderman, it will kill the enderman, and it will drop into the central storage over here. We've got a chain up here, and also we've got a hopper minecart here. So hopper minecart is only so that the ender pearls and also the wither roses can actually be collected. And then you've got a chain here, so they're the right height, because sometimes when they're a bit too low or too high, they won't actually get hit by the skull. It's quite annoying actually. It took a bit of time to kind of get the correct design in a way, so I hope you enjoyed this design. So anyway, as you can see, we've got some obsidian here. I don't think this really has to be obsidian, but I thought it just worked quite well. Okay, so here is the spawn platform over here, so you don't really have to make it this big. You could always make it around 4 in each direction, and then just have the leaves around it. So the leaves are actually for pack spawning. Over here we've got an endermite. Now if you're on a server and you have access to spawn eggs, you can't actually use a spawn egg with this, because the way endermites work, if you spawn an endermite in with a spawn egg, the enderman actually won't get angry with it and will just stand there and ignore it. So make sure to use ender pearls to spawn it in. Okay, so over here we've got trapdoors here, and that's to trick the enderman into thinking they can walk into here and get closer to the endermite. Instead they just fall down and get destroyed by the wither. And the endermite has to be in the minecart, otherwise it will be able to escape, and you also have to name tag it, because it will despawn. And then if we go all the way up here, so it's quite a long journey up here, but this is where you're going to be AFKing, and it's quite far up. So if you want to, you probably by then will have an elytra, so you could make this a bit bigger so you can land in easier. Or you could just make a way up, so you could make a really long ladder area and everything like that. But I advise like the elytra landing area, because it's less effort. So when you get up here, as you can see, there's enderman spawning. That's the optimal place for enderman to spawn. Now you might see over here we've got a pillar that's quite close. So it's actually in the range of the spawning for mobs. So some mobs can actually spawn on that. So that's why I put water on it. And that will stop the enderman from spawning on there. And if you have any other areas, then make sure to do them too. Okay, so if you need wither roses straight away, like you need a lot of wither roses, well not too many, but like a good enough amount, and you just need them really quickly, then this is probably the way to get them. So this is not actually a farm, but it's a really quick and easy way to get them, and it doesn't require too much work. So first you need a wither. So this is normally how I kill withers actually as well. So now we're going to be spawning in a wither here. So as you can see, I've got obsidian. You can pretty much use any block you want. I prefer using something that's like quite strong, like obsidian. And as you can see, we're 2 blocks away from the portal over here. So as you can see, we're in the center too. So this bit here is the center of that. And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to be spawning in a wither. But first, I'm going to put in the chickens. So what we're going to be doing is putting chickens in. Now chickens are really easy to get in here, as you can just spawn them in with these eggs. And they're also babies, so they don't really have too much health, so it will be perfect for this sort of thing. So if you get a lot of eggs, you can probably just make a little chicken farm or something like that. Really simple, just put hoppers under some chickens and they'll lay the eggs, and you'll have tons of eggs after that. Okay, so now when you have enough chickens, so you might need a few chickens, we're going to get some poison, and we're just going to put some poison here. Now this won't actually kill the chickens, but it will get them onto their lowest hearts, so they'll be on like half a heart. So if I just chuck some poison here, you might also get some poison on you too, so you might want to like go over here and like re-health and everything like that, and get some health back and stuff like that. But if you're able to avoid the poison, then that's really good. So next we're going to spawn in the wither. So if I place in some wither skulls, and then the last one here. Now we need to run away. Now just go as far away as you can. Okay, so I am going to show an example nearby. So I'm quite near to the chickens, and as you can see, they've all turned to wither roses. Oh god, the wither is so loud. So anyway, look at all these wither roses. We've got like 23, which is not many, but it's a good enough amount anyway. So if you really just want a few wither roses or something for a small farm, like a ghast farm or stuff like that, then this is the perfect way to get them. But if you actually want a ton of wither roses, then definitely consider building this sort of farm over here. Okay, so first of all, you're going to need to find one of these. So this is a end gateway. So as you can see, look closely, there's a little portal in the middle of it, and we're going to have to break that portal. So we're going to use a way of breaking it, which is going to be using mushrooms. So mushrooms will actually break it, which is quite interesting. So when you grow a mushroom with like bone meal, it will actually break it, which is really useful for this sort of farm. So also try and find one that's off the edge, so quite far away from the edge. It means you don't have to spawn proof as much. So over there, this one, even though it's far away, you still have to spawn proof that. You shouldn't really have to do it for this one. Like, this one probably won't require any spawn proofing whatsoever. Okay, so first of all, you're going to need your red mushroom. So that's in the item list, just saying. Now I'm going to place the red mushroom down like here. So as you can see, the dirt needs to be this low. So this is around 2 blocks low. So if I get my bone meal, I'm just going to put some bone meal here. So I'm not too sure how much bone meal will take up. That's why I just put bone meal as like, I haven't really put a figure next to it. So if I just flick the bone meal, if I just flick the mushroom like this, and that should have broken the portal. So that looks like it's broken it. Okay, so first of all, we're going to need our carpet, and then we're going to go up here. Just with some carpet, we're going to spawn proof like this. This is to stop the endermen from spawning here. Well, not spawning, I mean teleporting here. Because it does actually happen. And it's quite annoying because then you're kind of losing out on rates in a way. So now we put a wall down here. And then we're going to go across here. So we're just going to go here and here. Go up 2 blocks, and then water up here. Then again, water here. These all have to be water sources. So you get this cool bubble column effect. As you can see, I get shot up like this, and you need that bubble column effect. Okay, so now onto the next bit, which is where the chicken will be. So if we go over here, just going to place some blocks across here. We can break all that because we don't need that because they're all temp blocks. Then if we go down here, like that, break all that, you don't need that. And that has to be level with the soul sand here, and then place a torch here. This can be any torch you want. I like using normal torches because they're easy to get. And then some carpet on top of that. And now we're going to go across here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can break all that. Now this is going to mark out where the enderman will be. Okay, so now get a hopper, just place it down here. And then get some rail. Well, actually we'll place it this way. Get a hopper minecart. And you can always make this bigger as well, but for now I'm just going to leave it like this, because that should be all we need. And if we go up here, like that, place some trapdoors, just across here. We have to do this on all the sides. So if I go across here like that, don't open that. Place them in like this, really simple. Then get a chain, place it like that. And then we also have to do it over here as well. So if I get a block here, just up here, and then that's it, done. So this is the area where the collection is done. And we can put a chest under here if you want. Now go up 2 blocks here and another block here. Then we're going to place some obsidian around here, like that, and that's going to keep the endermen in here. So they're quite tall, so they won't be able to escape. And we put obsidian here, and then we're going to go up. Okay, so now you're going to have to stand on the obsidian here, and then we're going to go to F3 menu. So press F3 and you'll get a debug menu that will show you your coordinates on the world. You're going to have to look at the Y coordinate. So if I press F3 right now, as you can see, I'm at Y78. So you might be at Y78, I'm not too sure how tall your end gateways are. So I'm at Y78, so now I'm going to have to go up 39 blocks. So if I keep it in the F3 menu and I just go up, so we're going to make a long tube that goes all the way up, and we're going to go up 39 blocks. So from here, there we go, perfect. So now I'm at Y117, which is 39 blocks higher. As you can see, I've made a long tube that goes up 39 blocks from the obsidian. So now up onto the tube, so go up to your tube and then get a trapdoor. Just place it like that, and that's going to trick the Enderman. Now we're going to go across here, so this is block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to make the same spawning platform as you would for a wither skeleton skull farm, so that's the same amount of areas I made for that. And we're also going to take advantage of pack spawning, so I'm going to go out here. Now fill that all in, so we're going to make it in all directions. Okay, so now you're going to need your leaves, so if you get your leaves right here, now we're going to go out 5 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're also going to cover this in like a ring of leaves. So this is all going to be 5 blocks out. It's going to be a giant ring, a bit like that, of leaves, and this is for pack spawning. Okay, so if you try to fill out the leaves with the fill command, don't do it because it actually won't work because the leaves will just disappear. So now I'm going to go on to the next bit, which is the lure area, so where we're going to lure all the endermen into the center here. So first we're going to get some blocks. We only need a few here. If I go across here like that, 1 here and 1 here, and some carpet like that. Another trapdoor here, as it can, if the endermen get pushed too much, they can just get up here and be trapped here. So that's why I put another trapdoor here, so they'll be able to go here and also fall down. And then we're gonna have the endermite area, so if I go up here like that, put an iron bar here, and then we're gonna get our endermite in, and I'll show you how to. Now on to getting the endermite, so we're gonna make a little structure like this, so this is to stop the endermite from escaping. We're gonna build a small structure, it's not too much really. It's gonna be quite small, just I've said small so many times, but anyway. So a structure a bit like this, inside there'll be rail. So we're gonna get the endermite in a minecart. So you can also add a ladder here if you want easy access to get out, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm in creative, you know. Now we're not gonna place a minecart yet, we're also gonna need a name tag, so if I get a name tag right here, so my general name tag is called person. So now we're going to need ender pearls. Now don't use spawn eggs because it won't work. The enderman won't be attracted to it if you use spawn eggs or any other means, so summoning and stuff like that. If you use that, then it won't work. So you have to use ender pearls because that's the only way you can get them. So just keep doing this like that. Just keep spawning ender pearls like this until you get an endermite. Oh, here we go. Now I'll rename it quickly so it doesn't despawn, and then I'll get it in a minecart. That was quite lucky actually. Now as you can see, it's under here, so if we break all this, like that, and then we just break this block here, and the endermite is in place. Okay, so here's an example of what will happen to the enderman. So as you can see, he's looking over here and he can see the endermite. It does take a little bit of time, but he'll see the endermite and try and get to it. Even on the other side, the same thing will happen. He'll go round and then go down there. So now we're going to go on to the next bit, which is where you're going to AFK this machine. So if I press F3, as you can see, the coordinates over there, we're at Y117, so we're going to have to go up. We're going to have to go up 82 blocks. So I like going up from here because it's easy. So if I just build up here. Now I'm going to keep in the F3 menu, so if I go through here, I'm right here. Now we're going to have to go up. So if I go to Y199, and we're almost there, and then one more, there, perfect. Now you can make this a bit bigger if you want to, if you're going to fly into it. So if you want to, you can just extend it like this, and you can make it out of glass so you can look down, if you're just going to be watching it the whole time. Like that, and then just break all this, because you don't need it. These will be temp blocks, you'll probably want to use something like dirt, it's easy to break, or scaffolding. Now onto the most scary and like hardest bit, which is to get the wither in place and also the chicken in place at the same time. So this bit's really hard, I've just got to say that now, but I'm going to show you how to do it in a way. So first I'm going to put a trapdoor here, this will also be included in the item list. You're just going to put it there, and you don't need that always there, you can break that after time. But what you're going to do is, you're going to spawn in the wither, so if I do this now. Now you're going to want an elytra so you can fly away quickly. So you're going to want to fly away quickly, and then when you hear the explosion, you'll hear like a noise. You'll fly all the way back and start spamming eggs. So I'm going to spam eggs in a second. There you go, you've got chicken in place. And now he'll start looking at the chicken and start firing his head. And then also you can break this over here. Now sometimes you do get some bits here with the hopper minecart breaking, so you're going to have to replace that as well. But that shouldn't matter too much. Now what you will need to do when you're throwing the eggs is have a wall around you over here. So I didn't actually include that, so I should have really, but have a wall here so the wither can't see you. And that's how to get wither in. Okay, so sometimes the chicken isn't fully aligned, so he's kind of like over here in the side there, and the wither skulls aren't actually hitting the enderman. Then you just need to go over here with the blocks, get some seeds, and then do that. So just stand here and then get the seeds out, and then he should be aligned. And if you break the blocks here, the wither's skull should be matched with over here. So it's quite a simple step to just move it across, and the chicken should stay put. Okay, so now that's your wither farm done. So I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you want to, you can subscribe, I really don't mind. Then if you have any questions about this machine, or if it's not working, then put it down in the comment section below, or you can join my Discord server and put it in the help center. But anyway, if it's working perfectly, then you can just leave it. And if you want to, you can leave a like too. It's really appreciated if you do so. And I'll see you in the next video if you're going to watch any more of my videos. And goodbye.